Assalamu alaikum. In today's video, we are looking at another brilliant game of Paul Keres, which he played against Laszlo in 1955. In this game, Paul Keres was playing as a white, so he started the game with the e4, now c5, knight to f3, knight to c6, and d4. C captures on d4, knight captures on d4, knight to f6 attacking this e4 pawn, and then knight to c3 defend this e4 pawn. Now black played d6, opening this diagonal for his bishop, stopping Paul Keres from playing this e5 move, and later he can also play this e5 move. Now white in this position played bishop to g5, preparing this queen to d2 and then doing castling on the queen side. Black played e6, guarding this d5 square and also preparing this bishop to e7. So white played queen to d2 as expected. Now bishop to e7, unpinning this knight, queen side castling and then king side castling from the black. Now it's very simple. The best plan for the white in this position is to start attacking on the king side with the f4, g4 and h4 move. And on the other hand, black can also start attack with this a5 and b5 move. So Paul Keres started his attack with this f4 move. With this f4 move, he is guarding this bishop and he is also preparing this e5 move. But in today's modern chess, most of the players would want to play this king to b1 move before playing this e5 move. So later I will show you why king to b1 is the best move before playing this e5 move. So black in this position played a6, but according to the stockfish, the best move for the black in this position is h6, attacking this bishop. But he missed it and he played a6. So now e5 attacking this knight. That's why black captured this pawn with the d captures on e5. Now knight captures on c6. So let's say if in this position black play, let's say queen captures on d2 with the check. Then we can play rook captures on d2, then pawn captures on c6. And this position is equal for the both players. So that's the reason why today Grandmaster first want to play this king to b1 before playing this e5 move. Let's pretend that this king is placed on this b1 square. So now if black play this queen captures on d2, then it's not the check. Then white can play knight captures on e7 with the check, and after king to h8, rook captures on d2, and that would be winning for the white. And this is the reason why king to b1 is very famous in today's time. But in this game, black played b captures on c6. Now f captures on e5, attacking this knight, and black played knight to d7, which is not the best move in this position. He can also play this knight to d5, which would be the better move, and there's no plan behind this move. It's the best move because that would centralize his knight. So the question is, why did black in this position played knight to d7? He wants to attack this e5 pawn with the knight to d7. Later he can also play this queen to a5, attacking this pawn. But right now he is attacking this dark square bishop. That's why Paul Keres in this position played h4 move. And now if in this position you try to win the pawn with the knight captures on e5, that's not possible because after queen captures on d8, rook captures on d8, rook captures on d8, bishop captures on d8, and after bishop captures on d8, Paul Keres is winning this position because of extra piece. But if we go back, it looks like that if black in this position first play this bishop captures on g5, then he can win from this position. But that's not possible because after h captures on g5, let's say you play queen to a5, attacking this pawn. But now after bishop to d3, this is just winning for the white because of this powerful attack from this semi-open h-file. Black in this position can play this g6 move, but white will play queen to f2, preparing this queen to h4, attacking this h7 pawn with the queen and the rook. That's the reason why after h4 you cannot play this knight to e5 move. So black in this position played rook to b8, placing his rook on the semi-open file, which is the good move. So queen to e3, rook to e8, and now rook to h3, which is one of the best move from this game. And why it's the best move? Because on the next move, white can play this rook to g3 move, attacking this g7 pawn. And if black in this position play bishop captures on g5, then after h captures on g5, later white can play this bishop to d3 and then rook d to h1, making this powerful battery on this semi-open h file, which would be winning for the white. That's why this is one of the best move from this game. So now black in this position played queen to a5, attacking this e5 pawn. So now bishop captures on e7, rook captures on e7, and white in this position played rook to g3, which looks like this is the pawn sacrifice on the e5, but remember you cannot capture it, and the reason is quite simple. So stop the video and try to find why black cannot capture this pawn. Well, it's very simple. If in this position black play a queen captures on e5, then we will play queen captures on e5, and after knight captures on e5, rook to d8 is just winning for the white, because now black is forced to play rook to e8, and after rook captures on e8, this is the back rank checkmate. That's the reason why after rook to g3, queen captures on e5 is not possible. So rook to e8, and in this position Paul Keres played again one of the best move from this game, which is rook captures on d7, a beautiful exchange sacrifice. So the question is, why did he give this exchange sacrifice? Reason number one, this knight was attacking on this e5 square. So again the question rises, why would he sacrifice his rook for this single pawn? Well, this pawn is very important for Paul Keres to do attack on the king side. And the second reason is, this knight was one of the few defender of this king. That's why Paul Keres eliminated this knight first. And later we can see how this move turns out to be a winning move for the Paul Keres. So black captured back this rook with the bishop captures on d7, bishop to d3. It's simple, white wants to play this queen to g5, and he wants to attack this g7 pawn. That's why black in this position played this h6 move, stopping this g5 move, but this move turns out to be a blunder. So again stop the video and try to find a winning move in this position. Well, the only winning move in this position is queen to e4, but sadly Paul Keres missed this move. And why it's the best move? Because this makes this powerful battery on this beautiful diagonal, which forces the black to play this king to f8 move. But let's get back to the game. After this h6 move, Paul Keres in this position played this queen to f4 move, and his opponent again made a mistake. He played this king to f8 move. But remember, this time he is not forced to play this king to f8. And after this mistake, Paul Keres made a brilliant comeback with the brilliant rook captures on g7, a full rook sacrifice. So now black has two options. The first one is king captures on g7, and another option is king to e7. If black in this position play king to e7, then we can play this queen to f6 check. Now king to f8, and then queen captures on f7 is a checkmate. That's why in this position black is forced to capture this rook back, and he played king captures on g7. Now queen to f6 check. Black played king to f8, and after this bishop to g6, black resigned in this position. And the reason is quite simple. If in this position, let's say you play king to g8, the only move, then queen captures on f7 check, and after king to h8, queen captures on h7 is a checkmate. And that's why black resigned in this game. Well, the game is over, but I want to show you one another line in which the black was clearly winning this game, but he missed it. Remember this position, black played king to f8, but this was not the first move for the black. If we go back, the best move for the black in this position was queen to c5. Black missed this move. So now if white sacrifices his rook with the rook captures on g7, then king captures on g7, now queen to f6 check, king to f8, and after bishop to g5, now white can play this queen to e3 check. So white has two options. The first one is king to b1, which would be a mistake, because now king to e1 check, and after knight to d1, queen captures on d1 is a checkmate. So let's say in this position you don't play king to b1, you play king to d1, but now queen to g1 check, and after king to d2, queen captures on g2 check, and now whatever you play, we are going to play this queen captures on g6, which would be winning for the black. But sadly black missed this move, and maybe that's the reason why he lose this game. So I hope you like this brilliant game of Paul Keres and Laszlo, and if you like it, please like this video, subscribe to this channel to get more amazing and inspiring content.